Hi, I'm Xavier Bosley, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home, you can catch me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar stores. Download the Par-Mar stores app and sign up for our rewards cards for even more savings. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. From gas to groceries, you'll find what you need at Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
When working traffic across West Virginia, dealing with deaths and injuries is the toughest part of the job.
Around here, we're experts at survival, so you know the importance of buckling up.
Mountaineers are always free, but we're not free from consequences. Crashes can happen anywhere.
When you don't buckle up, you increase your risk of dying in a crash.
If writing a ticket can prevent tragedies like the ones I've seen, I'll do it.
Why? Because it saves lives. Always buckle up.
A message from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
It's that time of year again when things start to cool down. But here at Yes Chevy and Yes Ford, the dealers are. I'm Keith Powell, and I want to help you lower your current monthly payment, have a down payment that's just $99, and get a lifetime warranty with fast and easy credit approval. That's right, don't freeze up over huge down payments. You can ride away for just $99 today. Get pre-approved at KeithSaysYes.com, only at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
West Virginia's only Acura dealer, Lester Raines Acura. Keeping it simple, saving you money. Lester Raines Honda. Consider Lester Raines Mazda for your next vehicle purchase.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a friend of coal? Throughout history, coal has been a major driver behind West Virginia's economy. Billions of dollars of recent investment will ensure similar benefits continue for generations to come. And now we need your help. We invite you to join us as a friend of coal and let your voice be heard. Take an active role in standing up for miners, their families, and the benefits coal provides us all. To join and learn more, visit friendsofcoal.org. Then you, like me, can proudly say, I'm a friend of coal. A message from the Friends of Coal.
Spent so much time creating nightmares that it was getting a little lonely, and I decided to turn myself around. Started working out, eating right. Turns out I was low on magnesium, and it's crazy what therapy can do to help somebody. So now it's all about giving everybody dream deals. So I send everyone to Dutch Miller.
For a limited time, get a 2025 K5 starting at $289 a month, or a 2025 K4 starting at just $229 a month.
I finally found myself. Ow!
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the final week of the regular season in high school football in West Virginia. 10 weeks up, 10 weeks down. It's week 11, and we've got a team that's hoping to finish off the 2024 season with a win before going into their off season. Meanwhile, the home team here tonight is hoping for another victory to end their season out with a 2-game winning streak heading into the playoffs with a potential chance to host a playoff game here at home. And we find ourselves this evening in Wayne, West Virginia for a matchup between the Sissonville Indians and the Wayne Pioneers in a Cardinal Conference matchup. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us this evening on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Will, we mentioned it just a second ago, the Indians come into tonight 0-9 on the season, looking to win this game against the Pioneers in an upset fashion to try to carry some momentum into their offseason and the second year of head coach Jeremy Harrison's tenure at the helm of Sissonville. Meanwhile, the Pioneers come in just above 500 at 5-4 on the season, number 10 in Class AA in West Virginia. So just on the outside looking in from hosting next week in the playoffs. So you could say a big game for both sides, really. They both want to have some momentum heading into next week. For one team, it's the offseason. For the other, it's the playoffs.
Yeah, Sissonville would love to get that first win of the season, but in this game, Wayne teams have everything to play for. It's senior night, like you said, playoff seeding is a big factor. Trying to get some little momentum going into the postseason. So, Sissonville desperately wants to get that first win, but Wayne has a lot to play for as well.
The Pioneers with a good return to start the senior night matchup. We'll see them bring the offense out to begin tonight's ball game. 10 seconds into this one, they'll start at the 37-yard line on their own side of the field, going from right to left across your screen. They're in their all-black uniforms tonight. Sissonville with the white jerseys and the black pants for this evening. Fisher Fry will send the offense out. One receiver comes to the near side. That is Cade Estep. Turn hand off to the back, and spin move there, breaks out of a tackle, and off and running there is Ronnie Staley. Staley gets himself into Sissonville territory. It goes from the 37 of his own side of the field to the Sissonville 34. A nice pickup there on the opening offensive play of the game for the Pioneers. .33-yard pickup there on that run for Staley. Pass comes out to the flat to Estep. Estep catches that. A great block set up there by his teammate.
Fisher Fry's pass completed.
Fry will pick up a first down with that completion to Estep.
It's a gain of 13.
A good job of following his blocks there. Well done on the outside to pick up every yard he could on that with that pass and catch on the outside.
Waylon Forrest setting that edge for him. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Pioneers to start this one. A little more than a minute into the opening quarter of action. Wing back to the near side. Handoff goes to the second back through the hole, and that is going to be Staley. He is going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, so not another first down that time for the Pioneers, but 2nd and 10 from just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Nicholas Slate did a good job of getting inside there, making sure his second run wasn't nearly as successful as his first.
Estep will now split out wide to the top of the formation. Fry drops back to throw, looks toward Estep's way in the front right corner of the end zone, rather. Pass is incomplete. Coverage there that time from Deacon Moore. Bring up 3rd and 10 now for this Pioneer offense. 2-0 plays the last 2 for Wayne after 2 very successful plays on their opening 2 of the drive. Start this game, 33 yards, and then 13-12, Will?
Yeah, 13. Yeah, so a grand total of 46 yards in the first 2 plays, and then a grand total of zilch on the next 2.
See what they draw up here on 3rd and 10. Handoff goes on the misdirection to Staley, and Staley will have a nice pickup there on 3rd and 10, but is going to be just shy of the first down, it appears. Give him 9. That'll bring up 4th and 1. And if you're the Pioneers, you're going to keep the offense out in here and go for it, I would assume. Fry gets the play call in from the sideline now, running back over into the huddle. .15 on the play clock as they break the huddle. 9.5 to go in the first quarter on the opening drive of the game. Fry under center. Hard snap count. Hands off to Staley. Staley breaks out of a tackle around the knees, and he is going to march into the end zone. Touchdown for the Pioneers from 12 yards out. Wayne takes the early lead, 6-0, after the 12-yard touchdown run from Staley.
And Staley, 54 yards on that drive alone, really just doing his best to squirt through there and take advantage of every opportunity his offensive line gives him, and finishing with a lot of power.
Pioneers going to go for 2, something we've seen quite a bit this year, or at least Will and I saw it a little bit there in week number 2 back when we came here to watch the Pioneers take on Scott in Wayne's home opener. Fry under some pressure, rolling out to his left. Going to try to keep it himself and get in. Does he cross the goal line? Yes, he does. 2-point conversion is good. Pioneers lead 8-0 with 9:20 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside for a short break. Then when we come back, we'll have more first quarter action for you right after this on High School Game Day.
Hi, I'm Xavier Bosley, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home, you can catch me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar stores. Download the Par-Mar stores app and sign up for our rewards cards for even more savings. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. From gas to groceries, you'll find what you need at Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Back here in Wayne, West Virginia, Pioneers strike quickly. 2 minutes, 40 seconds off the board for them to go in, score from 12 yards out. Ronnie Staley gets his 6th total touchdown of the season, 4th on the ground for the Pioneers. And a 2-point conversion try on the run from Fisher Fry, the quarterback, is good as well. Now, how do the Indians respond here?
Brody Scott, Deacon Moore, and Nathan Young deep for the Indians.
E-Step tees it up, middle of the field, the 40-yard line. And he will send this one away. And it's actually blown dead. I think they're going to get Winfield. Yeah, they're going to get Winfield for an offside. One of the players on the near side of the field just took off a little too soon. Offside. So they will back it up 5 yards and re-kick from the 35 this time.
So, there's a lucky break there for Sissonville getting you'd think a little bit of field position out of that. Hard to tell with the kickoff and how well the return does, but not a great way for Wayne to start off this first drive on defense.
Yeah, theoretically, the Indians will have good field positioning here. It depends on how this kick from E-Step goes. Now the middle row of return men slides up 5 yards after the 5-yard penalty. Kickoff is back and fielded and then bobbled, then scooped up at the 27. Indians fortunate to get their hands back on that football. Losing it there was Nathan Young, the senior. I think just didn't, if he'd have taken a step forward, he would have got it a lot cleaner, but he tried to go too down low with it, and just the momentum of him trying to come back up with the football as he was trying to catch it just made him bobble it there for a second. But he did maintain possession, so not as great field position as they probably could have gotten here, Will, but 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line, and we'll see what Maddox Baylog can dial up here on 1st and 10 on the opening possession for the Indians with twin receivers to each side of the formation. Going to look right, throws right, high pass, but caught by Young. Young has a nice first down gain there on the opening play for the Indians. They'll go from the 34 all the way up across the 45 to the 46. Give them 12 yards on that pickup. It'll be a first down for the Indians. Sissonville, again, despite being 0-9 this season, and 0-10 last year, so a 19-game losing streak for Sissonville coming into this matchup. They still see some positive things that they have continued to try to work on throughout the course of the season. As a handoff here goes up the middle, and a short gain there on that run.
Carrier.
Bring up 2nd and 8 after a short 2-yard gain.
Game 2. 2nd and 8.
Kyson Stone on that carry. Take the 2nd down handoff, come off the right side, and he is quickly bottled up by the Pioneer defense.
Stone on the carry.
I tried to find the core on that one, just could not get there before the defense closed on him.
No gain on that run this time. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Indians.
Gain of 1, 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
Well, correction, they're actually going to give him a yard up to the 49. So 3rd and 7. Baylog in the shotgun, going to roll to his left, throwing left, looking for Young, and that pass is too far out of his reach and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 7, and the punt team will come out for Sissonville. All right, or could talk about this one and decide what you want to do. Again, you haven't won yet on the season, so it's not like it's going to cost you a playoff seeding or anything like this. If anything, it gives your offense a chance to get another rep and face a 4th down situation.
Yeah, and when you have an offense that you really want to try to throw it anyway, a 4th and 7 should be within your wheelhouse. They had the right idea on that last play, just couldn't execute. Let's see what they try to do here with the 4 wide formation.
Pass is going to be intercepted. Return across the 50. This one probably coming back, though. A flag comes down there. As it's going to be brought down to the 30-yard line. Dante Worrell on the interception.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
Assuming it's either a block in the back or a hold, one of the two. But the interception will stand.
Yeah.
It is a hold. So they'll march it back from the spot of the foul back at the 46-yard line. So instead of having great field position in Sissonville territory, they'll have okay field position.
But they will have the ball.
Yeah, it does still maintain possession of the ball. So now we'll see this Winfield offense come back out, and that is sometimes the dangers of going for it on 4th down. Baylog was under a little bit of pressure there, and
a bit of an
that ball.
Yeah, a bit of an underthrow. Had the right idea. He had a guy. He just needed to put a bit more muster on that one instead. Wayne defender did a good job picking it off, getting the ball back here. Still in the first quarter, looking for their 2nd score.
Fry going to throw onto the flat. That is caught by Staley, and Staley is going to be grabbed down just shy of midfield. I thought he got grabbed by a face mask. The way it looked as he got tackled, and I think he was looking for one too, but
I thought it looked like by the shoulder, but
yeah, could have been there on the inside part of the collar. It was awfully close to that face mask. But a good gain there on 1st down will set up 2nd and 5 for the Pioneers. They scored on their opening drive, leading 7-0 right now. Fry going to throw out to the near side to KD Step. He has a nice gain and a 1st down, and stiff arms the defender to the ground, and he's off for the races. 5, goal line, touchdown, Pioneers.
51 yards for a Pioneer touchdown.
51-yard touchdown pass for Wayne. There is a flag, though, back at the 47-yard line of Sissonville. This one going to be a block in the back by the Pioneers, and that's going to wipe 6 off the board for Wayne.
Yeah, that's tough right there. Looks like a really pretty play, but going to come back, have to try to get it back, get all that yards back in plus some.
Yeah, they'll march 15 off from the spot of the foul. So all the way back to the 43-yard line, which will make it now 2nd and 11.
After the penalty, it will be 2nd and 11.
So Wayne will dial up another second down play, again this time from 11 yards out. Fry in the shotgun. Pumps once, rolling to his right, looking deep down the field on the far side. Looking for Staley, and that pass is incomplete, but there is a clear interference there from the defender. That's going to go against Nathan Young, but you don't necessarily blame him there, Will. He did have the step against him there by the receiver. He stepped, and 15 yards at least lets you live another down instead of giving up a touchdown.
Yeah, really easy to touchdown if he doesn't do something there. Sometimes that type of penalty can be strategic.
Yeah, it's not the NFL where it's a spot penalty, so that 15 yards actually really kind of helps Sissonville, gives them a chance to breathe again and reset and try to prevent another score from the Pioneers.
They're going to need to take a breath because Wayne's been taking shots right away. Haymakers right off the bat trying to get their big-time playmakers ball, and there goes the ball on the ground. It's
ball bobbling around, and it's scooped up by the Indians. Running down the far side of the field for Sissonville is Deacon Moore. Moore inside the 30 to the 25-10 touchdown.
Deacon Moore
scoops and scores. That was about a 68, yes, I was going to say 65-yard return. PA Ryan Epling helping me out with a spot assist. 68-yard fumble return for Deacon Moore, and we're a 2-point conversion away from tying things up. Yeah, now that's a way to spark the offense potentially for Sissonville. The defense says, hey, we got your back. We got a score. Now help us and go get one on the other side.
Yeah, that ball just bounced for about almost 10 yards, it seemed like, before it got scooped up. Great play there to get the team right back into it early there when it seemed like Wayne's offense was really getting something going. And great hustle play to pick it up, really in stride and be able to take off and take advantage of the change in possession, really get going before anyone else can get turned around.
Point after try, snap is high but pulled down, kick is up, and it is good for Maddox Baylog. So Indians still trail by 1, 8-7, but swing some momentum back in their favor with a 68-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Deacon Moore. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with the rest of this first quarter of action right after this on High School Game Day. Pioneers lead cut to 1 after a 68-yard fumble return by the freshman Deacon Moore for Sissonville. He scooped it up after it bounced. Will put it appropriately in the break there, about 10 yards before he was finally able to scoop it up after the Pioneers play call had multiple fake handoffs, and then finally when they went to hand it off, it was finally fumbled, and that's when Moore was able to scoop and then score.
And we play that type of offense, that precision in the backfield is really key, and sometimes it can break down, and it breaks down real bad, something happens like what we just saw.
Baylog puts one low on the ground, comes to the near side, scooped up at the 17-yard line. Return taken over to the far side of the field. Decent setup of blocks over there for the return man, Jaden Wayman.
Wayman on the return.
Wayman with the return up near the 45-yard line. Depending on where they spot him out of bounds. Looks like they're going to give him just shy of the 45. Good return there. Both kickoff returns for Wayne so far have been good in this one.
Pioneers begin possession at their own 43.
His little spot at the 43, 2 yards shy of that 45. But this is where the Wayne offense will get another crack at it after fumbling the last time out. And again, just a play ago. Fry in the shotgun has two receivers tight over on the left side of the formation. They're going to hand it off on a jet sweep to Staley. Staley's trying to stretch it out wide to the near side of the field. Breaks out of one tackle, now cuts back inside the numbers and going and reversing field to the right side of the field. He has the block there to keep going and is finally cut down at around the 30. Staley with a nice gain there on first down to the 30-yard line.
27 yards. Great job to see where the opening was and cut it back towards the middle of the field, taking advantage of every bit of blocking he got out there.
Ran probably 40 yards or so, if not more, to pick up that 27 yards, but a first down for the Pioneers. And the ball on the ground again. Fry able to jump back on top of it this time for the Pioneers.
There's another example like you just talked about, Adam, where multiple guys in the backfield, fake handoffs, real handoffs, and sometimes it just, when you don't run precisely, can pop out like that. And another dangerous play. That time they were able to hold on to it, though.
3-yard loss will bring up 2nd and 13. Pioneers going to send E-step over to the far side of the field. Wingback is Staley. Handoff goes to the fullback, and Wayman with a nice run there up the middle will pick up those yards lost after the fumble, and we'll have about 10 on that carry. As he gets down inside the 25, down to the 23. Yeah, give exactly 10 on that carry. Set up 3rd and 3. It's a long 3 from the looks of it. Although things up here in the press box look a little different. Lines on this field. Third and a long 3 for the Pioneers. Fry under center, turns, fakes the handoff, going to cut back inside himself and keep it, and he's got a seam all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers.
23 yards for a Pioneer touchdown.
Fry said, well, we've fumbled it a couple of times trying to hand it off. How about I just fake it and keep it myself, and then rolls all the way back into the end zone for the score. Touchdown, Pioneers. .353 to go in the first quarter. Wayne leads 14-7. Going to go for 2 here. Fry under center. Sends a man in motion. Fry going to keep it himself. Dumps it out. And that is picked. And can't return it in high school, so the 2-point conversion no good. Our score remains 14-7 with just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter of action. We'll step aside for a break. Be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Welcome back to Wayne, West Virginia. Final week of the regular season of high school football in West Virginia. Wayne trying to conclude the season with 2 straight wins heading into the playoffs and trying to get some help, too, to potentially host a playoff game. I'm not sure if it's officially mathematically impossible or not. I don't look into the numbers like that. It's way too much math for me. I leave it to everybody else to do it, but the Pioneers right now number 10 in Class AA. Sissonville trying to spoil this senior night festivities for Wayne this evening and potentially push Wayne a little farther down in the playoff standings, force them into a potentially tougher matchup. Short kick. 2 Indians are going to try to compete for it initially, and then backing off and making the reception is Colton Ross on the return. A short return of only a couple up to the 30. That is where this Sissonville offense will come back out for the second time. Got their score off of that 68-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Deacon Moore.
Yeah, the pass out to Young early on in that first drive was really the only successful play they had. A couple run plays didn't go anywhere, and then, of course, they didn't turn that drive into any points. Really need to do something here now down 2.
Well, they're going to find Young again on the opening play, and he'll get across the 35 up to the 37 maybe. Yeah, the 37. Give him 7. Bring up 2nd and 3 for the Indians. In less than 4 minutes to go, opening quarter. Send 2 receivers each side. It'll be Baylog in the shotgun with Stone standing to his left. Baylog drops the throw, surveys right, throws across the middle. That pass is tipped and it's intercepted. Coming up with the pick is Staley, and Staley's going to try to return it all the way. He's got nobody in front of him to the 10-5 touchdown Pioneers. A pick 6 for Ronnie Staley. And a 50-yard interception return puts the Pioneers on top 20-7. With 3:31 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, perfect example why it's just so dangerous to throw over the middle. One guy tips it, the other brings it in. Great job finding the open space and taking it all the way home. Make another touchdown here, still in the first quarter.
And he had a wide open lane down the near sideline after he made that interception. There was nobody to try to catch him. He had a nice wall of blockers there in front, and he really didn't even need the blockers. He had so much space, he could have almost driven an 18-wheeler through there.
And sometimes it can be hard to assess right after you get control of the ball where you need to go with it. Everything's happening so fast, but good job of finding the path forward and taking it all the way home.
Another 2-point conversion try. Fry going to drop back to throw, rolling to his left under heavy pressure, somehow still on his feet. Now going to throw back across the middle of the end zone, and it's caught. 2-point conversion try is good. Kate Estep catches the 2-point conversion try after some fancy footwork from Fisher Fry to avoid being tackled for the sack and kept that play alive and then found his man in the back end of the end zone. 22-7 Pioneers with the lead. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
When working traffic across West Virginia, dealing with deaths and injuries is the toughest part of the job.
Around here, we're experts at survival, so you know the importance of buckling up.
Mountaineers are always free, but we're not free from consequences. Crashes can happen anywhere.
When you don't buckle up, you increase your risk of dying in a crash.
If writing a ticket can prevent tragedies like the ones I've seen, I'll do it.
Why? Because it saves lives. Always buckle up.
A message from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Back here in Wayne, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us this evening. It's the final week of the regular season. Well, it's crazy to think we've already had 10 weeks of football played. We're in week 11 now, and we're getting ready for playoffs next week. And the best part about it, Will, it's an expanded playoffs this year. 4 classifications, which means 16 more teams make the playoffs, which means 8 more games across West Virginia next week for the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely going to be exciting time in high school football in West Virginia. It's the first time this 4-tier playoff system happening, and we'll have to see if it creates the excitement we're all expecting it to.
Young with a short return. He'll get up across the 25, maybe got to the 27, if anything.
A 9-yard return. Indians will begin possession at their own 27.
They'll start trailing now 22-7 after the pick 6 the last time they were out. So both teams with a defensive touchdown already in this opening quarter. And see how the Indians respond, because Wayne responded with a touchdown on their drive ensuing that turnover. We'll see what can the Pioneers, or what can the Indians do here against this Pioneer defense after throwing the pick 6.
Well, so far going over the middle has not worked out. Let's see if they try to attack the outside with the passing game going forward.
They're going to go with the handoff here on the opening play. Baylog keeps it himself, and he has a decent gain on there on first down. Pickup of about 6, it looks like. Yeah, 6. Give him 2nd and 4 for the Indians now after that 6-yard run by Maddox Baylog. Not necessarily known as a runner for this Indians team, just 19 carries coming into the season, or into tonight on the season. Does have 4 rushing touchdowns, though, of his 19 carries, so about every 5 carries he finds his way into the end zone. Sends a man in motion there. That's John Wheeler. Handoff will go to Stone. Stone, the freshman, comes off the right side of the line and has a short gain.
Tyson Stone, the ball carrier.
Pioneers get to him quickly. Braden Bloss in on that stop after a 2-yard pickup. Ball to 35. Need to get to the 37-yard line to keep this drive going for Sissonville.
And Young's really been the guy they've looked to in this type of situation so far in this drive, or this game so far. They're really the only source of consistent offense. 2 catches for 19 yards. Let's see if they try to go to him again here for a play they really need.
Stone in the backfield with Baylog in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. That's Wheeler. Wheeler will come back to the left side of the formation now. Baylog drops a throw, looks right, finds Young, and Young has the first down and then some up to the 44-yard line. A 9-yard pickup there on third down for the Indians, and they'll move the sticks and keep the offense out on the field. And the Indians, despite being winless over the course of the last 2 seasons, they have been competitive in games this year and have had some promise there for the sophomore quarterback, Maddox Baylog, saying he's getting better every week.
Yeah, that could be almost just as frustrating as not competing in games.
Nice carry here for Stone. Stone will break into Pioneer territory and be brought down inside the 45. Down to the 43. A nice 14-yard pickup there for Sissonville. Check that. Actually, they move it back to the 43-yard line. Had moved it down to the 42, and then they respot. So fresh set of downs for the Indians once more. They've proven time again this year that they can move the football. It's just finishing games that has been the Indians' problems this season. Another nice carry there for Stone as he'll get inside the 40. About a 5-yard pickup there. We'll set up 2nd and 5.
Second down, 5 yards to go.
Indians mounting a little drive here, trailing 22-7. Less than 30 seconds to go in the quarter.
And I'm like, we've seen, several teams over the course past couple years that are, seem like they're running an offense that's too difficult for them. You look at a team like this they've lost 19 in a row, but it makes sense for them to run this type of offense. It's not like they don't have the ability to move the ball like this or pass it around. It's just they have not been able to put it all together.
Final play of the quarter comes there. Stone takes the loss. It'll set up 3rd and long for the Indians when we return right after this to start the second quarter of play between Sissonville and Wayne in the final week of the regular season. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
It's that time of year again when things start to cool down. But here at Yes Chevy and Yes Ford, the dealers I'm Keith Powell, and I want to help you lower your current monthly payment, have a down payment that's just $99, and get a lifetime warranty with fast and easy credit approval. That's right, don't freeze up over huge down payments. You can ride away for just $99 today. Get pre-approved at KeithSaysYes.com, only at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
6 yards to go.
We flipped into the field. Sissonville now going from right to left across your screens. Facing 3rd and 6 as we start the second quarter of action. Baylog fakes the handoff to his back. Stone going to keep it himself, stretching for the line of scrimmage to gain. For the line to gain, and he's going to be right about at it. Depends on, again, where they spot it, but I think they are signaling. Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
First down, Indians.
Pickup of 6 right at the stick to gain. Baylog using his long frame to stretch out to get to that line to gain. 6'1" sophomore. Send 2 receivers each side of the formation. To the top, it's Brody Scott and John Wheeler. To the near side, Nate Young and Deacon Moore. Moore in the slot there. Throw over to the far side. That is caught, and turning up field is Brody Scott. Scott going to be brought down about a yard, maybe 2 yards shy of that first down. But a nice throw there for Maddox Baylog. If he had thrown it a half second later, that one's probably pick sixed as well. But well-timed on that throw to get it right into the window to Brody Scott.
Yeah, it can be really tough to hit those curl routes, but so far has been pretty spot on with them, maybe a little high on a couple of them. But there's been where a lot of their offenses come from so far in this first half is those short completions to the outside.
9-yard gain on 2nd and 1. They'll hand off up the middle to Stone, and Stone is stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. Pioneer defense gets to him quickly and allows him to go nowhere.
They're only averaging 3 yards a carry so far in this game as their primary ball carrier. Not a lot of room up there against this Pioneer defensive front.
3rd and 1 for the Indians. Again, trailing 22-7, nearing 2 minutes into this second quarter now. Both teams have had a defensive score. Baylog takes the high snap, pulls it down, keeps it himself after the fake handoff to Stone, and he has the first down with ease down to the 20-yard line. 4-yard pickup, needed just the 1.
Gain of 4.
The Sticks move, and the Indians putting together a good drive here, responding after that pick 6 by this Pioneer defense the last time the Indians were out on the field with the football.
Like you mentioned, Baylog not really known as a runner, but that's twice now that he's been able to pick up the first down, with his legs and doing what it takes to keep this drive alive. It was become a really impressive drive so far.
1st and 10 after the chains reset on that carry by Baylog. Play action fake, looking across the middle, and that time he's not picked off. It's complete to Trent McCoy. McCoy going to be brought down just shy of the goal line.
21, Trent McCoy.
A great throw there from Baylog to find McCoy on that post route across the middle. We are going to have a quick discussion, and the discussion's over. They're going to roll 1st and goal at the 1 after a 19-yard pickup for Sissonville. Trying to cut this deficit in half.
The biggest play so far by Sissonville is they get it right down to the edge of the goal line. Great job there to find him on that crossing route. Not giving up in that passing game since that second interception, 3 of 3 for 29 yards on this drive. And like we said just a little bit ago, Baylog also getting a lot done with his legs.
Baylog going to hand it off to Stone, and Stone slips there on the grass. Going to lose 2 yards maybe? A yard? Looks like they're giving him a yard loss back to the 2.
Loss of 1. It will be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, loss of 1 back to the 2, and a timeout by Sissonville. They're going to stop the clock. Just under 9 minutes to go in the half. And they're going to talk things over here. Come up 2nd and goal from the 2. We'll step aside for a break as you take a look in there at the Wayne Pioneers huddle. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a friend of coal? Throughout history, coal has been a major driver behind West Virginia's economy. Billions of dollars of recent investment will ensure similar benefits continue for generations to come. And now we need your help. We invite you to join us as a friend of coal and let your voice be heard. Take an active role in standing up for miners, their families, and the benefits coal provides us all. To join and learn more, visit friendsofcoal.org. Then you, like me, can proudly say, I'm a friend of coal. A message from the Friends of Coal.
I mentioned it's the end of the high school football regular season tonight. High school volleyball season comes to a close next week with the state tournament. Wayne Pioneers punching their ticket with a regional win last night. Team we cover regularly as well, Will and I. GW Patriots punching their ticket to the state championship tournament as well. Congratulations to them and all the other teams that made the state volleyball tournament, as the handoff up the middle is going to be short of the goal line again, and he may have, depending on where they spot it, I couldn't tell if they lost a yard. Yeah, they are going to say he lost a yard. 3rd and goal from the 3. Pioneers defense trying to make a stand here. Have given up a lot of yards on this drive, Will, after that pick 6 the previous defensive possession. Now trying to prevent a score from the Indians offense, who so far has been held off the board. Again, that lone touchdown for Sissonville, a 68-yard fumble return for a score.
Expect to see Baylog keep it here. He's been so good with his feet, get those last couple yards.
Baylog going to drop back to throw, has man in his face, throws across the middle on a Crossing route, and it is caught and into the end zone. Touchdown complete to Brody Scott, and the Indians cut the deficit down now 22-13.
They had a lot of pressure there from his right side, but they did a good job of keeping his eyes downfield. Not the greatest pass, pretty low, but well within Scott's reach to pull that in and get another touchdown on the board.
Baylog to attempt the extra point.
Baylog going to tee it up for the point after try. Try and make it an 8-point deficit. Snap is down, and the kick is blocked.
And the kick is blocked.
Pioneer defense gets back there quickly and blocks that kick. It'll keep it at a 9-point game. 22-13, 8:03 to go in this second quarter. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you along with us this evening. The Indians are able to put together a drive and respond after throwing that pick six their previous possession. They take a nice trip down the field and punch it in with a 3-yard touchdown pass from Baylog to Scott. And they've cut the deficit to 9 now, 22-13 with 8:03 to go in this first half.
Baylog doing a good job getting over the first 2 interceptions he had so far, leading his team downfield. Like we said, using his feet when his weight couldn't quite get done with his arm, picking up a couple first downs on some quarterback power plays, and getting his team within the lowest amount of 2-score game.
Kickoff is going to be returned. It'll be Fry on the return coming to the near side. Fry cuts back in toward the numbers, and he's going to run over a would-be tackler and is brought down in Sissonville territory at the 46-yard line. The ball did come out, but they're going to say he was down, I believe, before he lost the football. Fry.
I think he actually did lose, but he fell immediately right on top of it, so no one else really had another chance at it. But except for a little bit of scariness at the end, another great return here by Wayne. They've been set up with great field position time and time again by their return men.
Yeah, they're going to spot it at the Sissonville 47. Best field position for Wayne of the night. They're going to split. You step out to the near side. Ball almost fumbled there by the ball carrier after getting the handoff. Staley able to regather it, though, and has a nice gain on first down. About 5 yards picked up there. We'll set up 2nd and 5.
Like you said, another little bit of diciness in the backfield on that handoff.
Ryan under center. Hands off to the fullback, Wayman, and Wayman going to get down to the 40, so a short gain there. 2 yards. Set up 3rd and 3.
Third down. 3 yards to go.
Pioneer offense sat over there on the sideline for quite a while after that long touchdown drive by the Sissonville Indians. Handoff goes to Wayman up the middle. The fullback runs into the offensive lineman initially and then breaks into the second level, and he's into the end zone for the score.
40 yards for a
40-yard touchdown run for Jaden Wayman, his 9th touchdown of the season. All of them on the ground, and that one pushes the lead back out to 15 for the Pioneers here in the second quarter.
A great example there by the fullback of just hitting the hole as hard as you can, and before he knew it, he was through and just turning on the Jets.
6:41 to go. Pioneers lead 28-13. Going to go for 2 again. Have converted 2 tries so far. Fry under center. Hands off. Fakes the handoff rather. Pass is caught and complete to Staley right there at the goal line, and the 2-point conversion try is good. Make it 30-13. Pioneers on top with 6:41 to go in the half. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
You know, spent so much time creating nightmares that it was getting a little lonely, and I decided to turn myself around. Started working out, eating right. Turns out it's low on magnesium, and it's crazy what therapy can do to help somebody. So now it's all about giving everybody dream deals. So I send everyone to Dutch Miller.
For limited time, get a 2025 K5 starting at $289 a month, or a 2025 K4 starting at just $229 a month.
I finally found myself. Ow!
Pioneers extend the lead out 30-14, about midway through this second quarter of action on the Pioneers Senior Night. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you along with us this evening for the final regular season week of football in the Mountain State as we get ready for playoffs.
And one of these teams, Wayne, definitely looking forward to that playoff push. And like you said, this impact of this game could have major implications on whether they host a game or on the road. Right there in that middle of the pack.
Well, and not just that too. I mean, we talk about that. So we've talked about it quite a bit so far through this first half. But also for the Pioneers, this is a chance to get them number 2 in a row to close out the regular season, as the kickoff there is muffed initially, but looked like it was going to be a half decent return for Deacon Moore there, but he'll get up to the 25. But again, it gives them a chance to get themselves rolling as they get into the playoffs, to have a 2-game winning streak going into that playoffs, especially after the way the middle of the season kind of went for Wayne. Started off 3-0, went 2-0 for the first time since, 2010, I believe, if I wrote that correctly. Yeah, and they had their first winning season last year in 5 years here for Wayne. So to be able to have some momentum rolling in after the way that middle part of the season went, where the Pioneers had a 3-game losing streak and lost 4 out of 5, to be able to get a 2-game winning streak going into the playoffs could be really big for the confidence of this team moving into the playoffs. The opening play of the drive for the Indians is an incompletion, as unable to hang on to that pass is Brody Scott, the man who caught the 2-point conversion try just a moment ago, or caught the touchdown a moment ago for the Indians. As long as that Indians drive was, where they scored on their last possession, the Pioneers' response was so quick, it seems just like a moment ago the Indians did have the football. So this time they do complete it out to Scott. Look it up across the 30-yard line to the 31. Be 3rd and 4 after a 6-yard pickup.
Gain of 6, 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
Much shorter 3rd down conversion attempt for the Indians than I believe they've faced so far in this first half. Had 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. It's not the most manageable they've had.
So far, they've been able to convert by either pass out wide to Young or Belloc taking himself up the middle.
Belloc will pull the high snap down. Pass throw across the middle is complete. Breaking out of a would-be tackler and taken off is Scott. Scott nearly lost it there as he was running down the field, but is able to get it right back into his hands, and he's brought down at the 27 of the Pioneers. A big first down gain there on the throw across the middle for the Indians. So they convert 3rd and 4. They'll now set up 1st and 10 from the 27.
Big chunk play there, 40 yards across the middle of the field.
Now that'll help the Indians respond more quickly this time than their last scoring drive, as they're knocking on the red zone here. Handoff goes to Stone up the middle. Stone fights his way across the 25, and he'll have a short gain. Depends on where they ultimately spot him down. 2, maybe 3 yards, depending on how generous they are on that forward progress. They'll give him 3 down to the 24. 2nd and 7 on the way for the Indians offense.
And Sissonville not very successful on the ground so far with Stone.
But if you were to tell me again coming in that this team right now that I'm watching was winless coming into tonight, I wouldn't believe you.
Oh, yeah, they're executing on offense fairly effectively.
2nd and 7 for the Indians, and a trip set to the top of the formation. Pass is thrown out to the far side. It's caught by Scott once more, and Scott has another first down for the Indians. And they feel like they've been winning small things each week and been making improvements as they can.
First down, Indians.
And this is just the second year for head coach Jeremy Harrison. So, again, a lot of time for him still ahead of him potentially. We like to think for Sissonville. The results obviously aren't what anybody would want to see, but you're going to take some lumps as you're trying to build a program, especially in this day and age of the transfer portal in high school athletics where you can go wherever you want if you're not happy. He's got to have some time to build that foundation of the program up.
Baylog's pass incomplete.
Throw out over to the far side looking for Nate Young, incomplete. And when you've got a quarterback who's just a sophomore in Maddox Baylog, you've got an opportunity to try to build that program because he's got 2 more years left for you if you can keep him in the system.
Yeah, it's a system he seems to be able to work well in. We've seen him get the ball out to his receivers, multiple receivers over the course of this game, and not every drive has resulted in a pass or touchdowns. He's obviously got to cut down on the turnovers, which really hurt them there in the first quarter. But since then he's been playing very efficiently.
Handoff goes to Stone, and Stone will have a decent gain there on 2nd and 10. Bring up 3rd and manageable for the Indians. A timeout for Wayne. They're going to stop the clock with 4:07 and try to preserve themselves some time to go get another score before the end of the half. They lead 30-13 with the timeout. We'll step aside for a short break ourselves. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Hi, I'm Xavier Bosley, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home, you can catch me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar stores. Download the Par-Mar stores app and sign up for our rewards cards for even more savings. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. From gas to groceries, you'll find what you need at Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Here in Wayne, West Virginia. 3rd and medium for the Indians coming up. Baylog in the shotgun, going to roll to his left, throws left across the middle, and as soon as he catches the football, he is immediately dropped. John Wheeler makes the reception. On the tackle there is Dante Worrell, who is all over him.
It'll be first and goal, Indians at the 5, injury timeout.
I believe that is Wheeler down on the ground after getting hit there hard by Worrell. He is going to be seen to by the training staff, but he did pick up the first down, held on to the football, sets up the Indians 1st and goal. They are going to send him now. He's going to be able to get up off the grass, and they're going to try to get him over to the side of the field here in just a moment, make sure he's able to get over there. Got him up quickly. I think just probably had the wind knocked out of him more than anything. I mean, he caught the football and then immediately turned and boom, there was number 6, Dante Worrell. They're going to check on him just to make sure he's all right. He's going to make his way over to the far side of the field under his own power. Great to see him able to walk over there and head back over to the sideline to rejoin his team. He'll have to sit out this next play
Wheeler, the player,
while his teammates try to punch it in on 1st and goal from the 5. Just under 4 minutes to go until halftime. Pioneer defense trying to hold strong here, but the Indians have moved the ball well the last 2 offensive possessions. Can they punch it in again here as they did the last time? Baylog in the shotgun, going to drop back to throw. Throws across the middle, and it's tipped into the air, and is going to fall down to the ground incomplete. That's Baylog taking a lot of shots across the middle in this first half and has either turned it over or nearly turned it over 3 or 4 times now. Already 2 picks officially, and probably should have had another one there against his record.
Yeah, there's definitely advantages to those pass over the middle for quarterbacks, mainly because you can just see the whole play directly in front of you instead of off to the side. But yeah, it's been extremely dangerous over the middle. They've had interceptions, tips have heard interceptions. You can't just throw the same routes to the outside every single time. But
yeah, that's me
definitely,
on NCAA college football, throwing the same routes across the middle all the time.
Yep, definitely got to keep an eye on that type of thing.
Baylog in the shotgun here, offset line to the right, fake the handoff, and he's going to keep it himself, trying to get in. Ball on the grass now, and it's going to be recovered by the Indians. Jumping on top of it there is Brody Scott, but I believe they're going to say he was down before he lost it because it would be about another yard or 2 loss. They're going to spot him down at the 2-yard line.
And this goal line stand continues standing.
Well, looks more like the 3, but 3rd and goal regardless for the Indians. Wow, now they say 3rd and 4. And his line's hard to read. And a timeout for Sissonville. They want to talk this 3rd and goal play over on their far sideline. Just under 3 minutes to go in the half. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Welcome back to the final week of the regular season of high school football in West Virginia. A pretty good one in this first half so far. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our media center crew. It's 30-13 Wayne right now, but the Indians trying to score here with just inside of 3 minutes to go in the half. 3rd and goal from the 4. Baylog in the shotgun. Going to send a man in motion. That's Wheeler from right to left and then back to the right side. Pass thrown was, I believe he was looking for Deacon Moore, but overthrows him, and it goes sailing out of the back of the end zone. So that'll bring up 4th and goal from the 4.
It is 4th and goal.
The Indians have already gone for it once on 4th down, couldn't convert on that. Actually threw an interception on that 4th down play. What do they do here? They're trying to get a 2nd straight touchdown on offense. Their other score of this game so far came from the defensive side. 68-yard fumble recovery for a score. The Pioneers also have a defensive touchdown in this one, a 50-yard pick 6 for Wayne. And now we're going to back things up for Wayne. Correction, the Indians going to get a timeout in. Thought they were going to get Sissonville for a delay of game, but they get that timeout in before the flag was thrown. And we mentioned that we're in the final week of the high school football season in West Virginia. That means that, as we've said multiple times already now, that the playoffs start next week, and High School Game Day will have potentially 2 games next week. Depends on what happens with the George Washington Patriots. If GW is able to win this evening against Woodrow Wilson, and then the playoff ratings fall in their favor and they are one of the top 8 seeds, then we would have the Patriots home playoff matchup with whoever they end up facing off with, and we will also have the Herbert Hoover playoff game for the first round as well. So 1, maybe 2 games for you next week here on High School Game Day. But back into this one, 4th and 4 for the Indians out of the timeout. Baylog in the shotgun, going to drop back to throw. Throws on a flat route. And that is caught, and in the end zone once again from short distance is Brody Scott. Scott will cross the goal line after a 4-yard touchdown pass, his 2nd of the quarter. from Maddox Baylog. So now the Indians going to try to add 2 more to it. Cut the deficit back to 9. They can get it here. Stone stands to the right of Baylog in the shotgun. Scott going to go in motion, now come inside on that motion. Under some heavy pressure, Baylog going to roll out to his left, trying to stretch for the goal line, and they're going to say he gets in. Stretches across the pylon and in. 30-21 now. Indians trail after the 2-point conversion try from Baylog on the run.
Again, Baylog's legs have been a big difference maker so far in this one. Found the edge there, had just enough space to get in over the pylon to get his team within 9 points.
So again, a 9-point game with 2:45 to go after the 4-yard touchdown reception from Brody Scott. Baylog then runs in the 2-point conversion try. As I mentioned, we'll have playoffs for you next week in the first round, and we'll try to keep going all the way through the semifinals, depending on how the games play out and where teams still stand as the playoffs get deeper. Not only is it the first year of the 4A classification in West Virginia, it's also the first year of the high school football state championship games being back in Charleston after being up in Wheeling at Wheeling Island Stadium for a long time. Will and I were fortunate to make a trip up to Wheeling and play in that state championship game back in our time with the George Washington Patriots. Fortunately for us, that resulted in a long bus ride home after a 38-8 loss to the South Charleston Black Eagles, a very good team that year who defeated us twice. Had a guy by the name of Aaron Dobson, who you might remember, who ended up going on to play for Marshall and made a stellar catch against East Carolina in the end zone with one hand. That one catch helped him end up making it to the league, too. He had other great catches outside of that, but that one highlight reel play definitely helped his case to make it to the league there for a bit.
And there, once again, Wade setting themselves up for success, getting that kick out 37 yards to right around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, what a great return by these Pioneer return men tonight. As Will mentioned, Wayman takes it all the way up to midfield. And again, that timeout from the Pioneers there on that, that timeout they took was able to help them preserve some time.
Fry, the ball carrier.
As Fry will have a short gain down to the 48. I promise he's okay, folks. He's got a little choked up.
2, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Pioneers after that 2-yard run by Fry. Handoff this time will go to Staley. Staley has a seam down the sideline, and he's going to get all the way to the end zone untouched. Touchdown Pioneers, a 48-yard touchdown run for Wayne. And that'll stop the clock with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. I don't see any laundry out there, so this one's not coming back. Pioneers striking quickly. 2 plays after the return on the kickoff. Following the Indian score, they go and match with a touchdown of their own again. And Staley's got his 3rd touchdown of the night, 2nd on the offensive side. Staley in motion, going to fake the jet sweep to him. Fry going to roll out to his right, throwing toward the end zone, and that is caught. Pass received by Dante Worrell, and make it 38-21. Wayne with 2 minutes to go in the half. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with more right after this.
When working traffic across West Virginia, dealing with deaths and injuries is the toughest part of the job.
Around here, we're experts at survival, so you know the importance of buckling up.
Mountaineers are always free, but we're not free from consequences. Crashes can happen anywhere.
When you don't buckle up, you increase your risk of dying in a crash.
If writing a ticket can prevent tragedies like the ones I've seen, I'll do it.
Why? Because it saves lives. Always buckle up.
A message from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Back here at Wayne High School, Pioneers push the lead back out to 17, 38-21 with 2 minutes to go. Exactly in the half.
KD steps up to kick it off for the Pioneers.
It's been a great game so far this evening. Both defenses have gotten a score in this opening half of play. Both offenses have found success as well. It's the 2 turnovers, really the one especially, that's hurting Sissonville right now. Short kick. It'll be fielded at the 27. And stepping out of bounds there is Scott
on the return.
And he'll get up to the 33-yard line. Where Sissonville will send the offense back out with an opportunity to put some more points up on the board before the half closes.
Indians will begin possession at their
definitely
own 32.
Feeling that a little bit after that quick 2-play scoring drive by the Pioneers, especially right after your offense finally got back on the board again and had cut the deficit down to 9.
Now it's at the 33.
Yeah, that was not an ideal spot to get your possibly the last drive of the half, but definitely have shown they have the weapons to try to get down there quickly if they can get it firing.
Baylog throws, looking across the middle for
incomplete.
Scott, and Scott just can't haul onto it. If he did, I think it was going to take another big hit there for another wide receiver for the Indians coming across the middle. Incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10 at the Sissonville 33-yard line. Trying to trim the deficit before the half. Trips to the top of the formation. Throw across the middle is caught this time. Decent gain there on the reception by Scott.
Scott making the catch.
Scott will get up to the 39-yard line.
And
Set
6.
up
Third down.
3rd and 4
4 yards to
now
go.
for the Indians offense.
Scott so far 6 catches for 70 yards, really one of the big parts of this offense.
Split 2 to each side of the formation. To the top, it's Scott and Young. To the bottom, it's Moore and Wheeler. And now check that. Scott will come join them. It'll be Trips on the near side. Scott, the man in the middle there. Throw completed, or excuse me, throw. Look over to the far side, looking for Nate Young. It is incomplete. It's a little too far ahead of him.
Brings up 4th down.
And with
4
4th
yards to
down
go.
this time, it looks like the Indians are going to bring the punt team out. It'll be Deacon Moore stepping
9,
back
Deacon Moore in
to
formation
punt.
for the Indians. Ronnie Staley deep for Wayne.
Could potentially have to watch for a fake punt here. One of the upmen is Baylog. And again, you've got Moore, who can run, obviously. He does punt it away, though. That'll be scooped up at the 28. Staley with a nice return here up across the 40 to the 45, and is finally brought down. About a 13-yard return. Pioneers will get the football back with just under a minute to go. They'll get it just outside of midfield. Their own 46-yard line. What do the Pioneers draw up here with a chance to push that lead out before heading back into the locker rooms for the halftime break? Would love an expanded lead here before the halftime. Quick throw to the near side. Easted tried to turn before he hauled it in and dropped the football.
Yeah, classic example of not making sure he brought the ball all the way before he tried to make his move upfield on that one.
So the incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10, still from their 46. Clock stopped with 53.6 ticks remaining. Pioneers will send 2 to the top of the formation. Morrell in the backfield to block for Fry. Fry takes the snap, throws out to the far side of the field, and that is incomplete. He's looking for Staley and way threw it over his head. If Staley was like 6'7", he might have been able to catch it. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 with that incompletion. And, you wanted to have some time to be able to go and score, but the last thing you want to do here too, Will, is get another incompletion and give Sissonville potentially some time to go score once more in the half.
Yeah, Sissonville definitely has the quick strike ability to make the best use of it. If you do end up giving the ball back to him here with 40 or so seconds left.
3rd and 10, and play blown dead before the snap comes off. And they're going to get the Indians for a flag here. It looks like the signal. Yeah, they're going to signal offside. So back up Sissonville's defense 5 yards and give the Indians a much more manageable, or excuse me, give the Pioneers a much more manageable 3rd and 5, just inside of Indian territory at the 49-yard line. 2 to the top of the formation, 1 to the near side. Fry going to keep it himself on a delayed run, and he's got to see him. Nobody's going to touch him. Fisher Fry, 49 yards to the house. We do have a flag, though, and that could be why he went all the way untouched. Sitting right there at the 46-yard line. We're going to get the ruling here in just a second. And there it is. There's your holding call, ladies and gents. Back him up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Should set up 3rd and 14 or so here, Will. It's about a yard in front of the first down marker, yeah. So it will be...
Oh, 3rd and 11.
Sorry, the hold, I was marking 15, yeah. Should be 3rd and 11. It's effectively a 6-yard penalty. But that negates another touchdown. 2nd one off the board for the Pioneers tonight. Fake the screen. They're going to throw it deep down the near side, looking for Staley. Staley's got it at the 15, and he's all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Ronnie Staley, 55 yards for a Pioneers.
What a throw there from the quarterback for the Pioneers, Fisher Fry. 55 yards. A beautiful design play there too, Will. They'd set it up with some of those short throws throughout the course of this first half and then pump the screen there and then look for him deep down the sideline.
Yeah, great job getting one of your playmakers who's usually involved in the backfield, involved in the passing game. Well designed to get him open, and then he took care of the rest.
Staley, player of the game right now. 4 touchdowns on the night. Kick is up, and it is good. 45-21. Pioneers with the lead. 35 seconds to go in the half. Staley's got it done in every way for this Pioneer team this evening. 2 rushes, a receiving touchdown now, and he also has a pick 6 as well.
He's a fantastic football player who they do a good job of getting him involved in multiple ways, like we just saw. A guy who's usually used to taking the ball out of the backfield, gets involved in the passing game, blows it wide open.
He's definitely getting the senior day treatment tonight. Had 5 touchdowns coming into the evening, and on senior night he's having a show-out party. 4 total touchdowns for him on the evening. Having an absolute monster half for the Pioneers.
Well, if things work out, his effort might result in another home game next week.
45-21 our score. A very high-scoring first half as the Indians will return this one. Michael Spencer on the return, up across the 35 to the 37. And the Indians will get the football back again before the end of the half. Gotta walk that tightrope here with 27.6 seconds to go of trying to be aggressive enough to move the ball down the field and potentially try to score, but at the same time not being so overly aggressive that you turn the ball over.
Yeah, throw multiple interceptions already, and you already one reserved for a touchdown, so you don't want to get too greedy. Just check it down there. Looks like they're going to stay conservative.
They're going to be conservative here and just hand it off to Stone up the middle, and that probably will be the final play of the half. And if you're Sissonville, you're maybe a little content with taking it to the locker rooms with this. Showed a lot of promise in the second quarter. After having some interceptions in the first quarter, got 2 touchdowns in the second.
That is the end of the first
Score
half.
in the first quarter came on a
Your score,
68-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, but
Sissonville,
this Wayne
21.
offense has been efficient tonight. Despite the 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown, the Pioneers have been nothing short of efficient. They lead 45-21 at the half of this one. We'll step aside for a break, and when we return, we'll have the Pioneers marching band performing here on senior night. That's when we return right after this on High School Game Day.
It's that time of year again when things start to cool down. But here at Yes 70 and Yes Ford, the deals are not. I'm Keith Powell, and I want to help you lower your current monthly payment, have a down payment that's just $99, and get a lifetime warranty with fast and easy credit approval. That's right, don't freeze up over huge down payments. You can ride away for just $99 today. Get pre-approved at KeithSaysYes.com. Only at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
He might outrun me now, but that's done. I think I can still.
West Virginia's only Acura dealer, Lester Raines Acura. Keeping it simple, saving you money. Lester Raines Honda. Consider Lester Raines Mazda for your next vehicle purchase.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a friend of coal? Throughout history, coal has been a major driver behind West Virginia's economy. Billions of dollars of recent investment will ensure similar benefits continue for generations to come. And now we need your help. We invite you to join us as a friend of coal and let your voice be heard. Take an active role in standing up for miners, their families, and the benefits coal provides us all. To join and learn more, visit friendsofcoal.org. Then you, like me, can proudly say, I'm a friend of coal. A message from the Friends of Coal.
Spent so much time creating nightmares that it was getting a little lonely, and I decided to turn myself around. Started working out, eating right. Turns out, I was low on magnesium, and it's crazy what therapy can do to help somebody. So now, it's all about giving everybody dream deals. So I send everyone to Dutch Miller.
For limited time, get a 2025 K5 starting at $289 a month, or a 2025 K4 starting at just $229 a month.
I finally found myself. Ow!
Hi, I'm Xavier Bosley, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home, you can catch me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar stores. Download the Par-Mar stores app and sign up for our rewards cards for even more savings. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. From gas to groceries, you'll find what you need at Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
When working traffic across West Virginia, dealing with deaths and injuries is the toughest part of the job.
Around here, we're experts at survival, so you know the importance of buckling up.
Mountaineers are always free, but we're not free from consequences. Crashes can happen anywhere.
When you don't buckle up, you increase your risk of dying in a crash.
If writing a ticket can prevent tragedies like the ones I've seen, I'll do it.
Why? Because it saves lives. Always buckle up.
A message from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
It's that time of year again when things start to cool down. But here at Yes Chevy and Yes Ford, the deals are exciting. I'm Keith Powell, and I want to help you lower your current monthly payment, have a down payment that's just $99, and get a lifetime warranty with fast and easy credit approval. That's right, don't freeze up over huge down payments. You can ride away for just $99 today. Get pre-approved at KeithSaysYes.com, only at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
West Virginia's only Acura dealer, Lester Raines Acura. Keeping it simple, saving you money. Lester Raines Honda. Consider Lester Raines Mazda for your next vehicle purchase.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a friend of coal? Throughout history, coal has been a major driver behind West Virginia's economy. Billions of dollars of recent investment will ensure similar benefits continue for generations to come. And now we need your help. We invite you to join us as a friend of coal and let your voice be heard. Take an active role in standing up for miners, their families, and the benefits coal provides us all. To join and learn more, visit friendsofcoal.org. Then you, like me, can proudly say, I'm a friend of coal. A message from the Friends of Coal.
Spent so much time creating nightmares that it was getting a little lonely, and I decided to turn myself around. Started working out, eating right. Turns out, I was low on magnesium, and it's crazy what therapy can do to help somebody. So now, it's all about giving everybody dream deals. So I send everyone to Dutch Miller.
For a limited time, get a 2025 K5 starting at $289 a month, or a 2025 K4 starting at just $229 a month.
I finally found myself. Ow!
Back here at Wayne High School, Pioneers on their senior night lead the Sissonville Indians 45-21 at the half. So we get closer to starting the second half of play.
Class AA tonight. Halftime is Frankfurt 21, Kaiser
Pioneers
nothing.
marched down and scored on their opening drive.
43-0.
Take an 8-0 lead after a 12-yard touchdown run from Ronnie Staley. Fisher Fry would run it in for a 2-point conversion try after that score to make it 8-0, and then the Indians would turn the football over, but then not too long after that turnover would get one back themselves and would take it 68 yards to the house. Deacon Moore would scoop and score that and make it 8-7. But then after that, they just kind of traded touchdowns, with Wayne not allowing the Indians to get within 9 points, not any closer than 9 points the rest of the half. Wayne would take a 14-7 lead with just under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, then would score again less than 30 seconds later. Fry had that 23-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7. Then Staley would get his second touchdown of the night. This one a defensive touchdown from a 50-yard pick six. Make it 22-7 our score. Then the Indians would get back on the board. Brody Scott, the first of his 2 touchdown receptions in the first half, came with 8:03 to go in the second quarter. That was a 3-yard variety reception. Made it 22-13. Then the Pioneers would respond on the immediate following drive. Run it in from 40 yards out from Jaden Wayman. Wayman would make it 30-14 after the 2-point reception was caught by Ronnie Staley. And the Indians would score once more. Scott would get his second from 4 yards out that time. Baylog would run it in for a 2-point conversion, make it 30-21. And then Wayne got 2 more to go with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Staley would get his 3rd touchdown of the half from 48 yards out on the ground. Took it all the way down the near sideline and was untouched as he got into the goal line, or got into the end zone. He would make it 38-21, and then with 35 seconds to go in the half, they set the play up beautifully after throwing a couple of passes out into the flats. In the first half, they hit a pump fake there on that screen, and then caught Staley deep down the sideline, and he would walk in untouched, make it 45-21. That again is where our score at the half stands. Not many offensive statistics really to speak of for Sissonville in that first half. Most of their offensive stats will come in through the air, obviously. The ground game virtually non-existent for Sissonville in that first half of play. A couple of decent runs from Baylog, but outside of him, nobody's gotten the football moving for Sissonville on the ground.
Yeah, Stone so far 11 carries for his 28 yards. Had a 13-yard gain in there, but a lot for no gain, 1 yard, negative 1 yard. So not really get it going there. Like I said, Baylog able to get some stuff going out of the quarterback position with his legs. Not a ton. I mean, 4 carries for 19 yards, not necessarily driving any type of drives forward, just getting first downs when he can. So they found success through the air, but especially as they move forward, trying to close this gap, they're going to keep going to the air.
Once they mitigated those turnovers that bit them in the first quarter, and they really settled in after that, especially after the pick six, the Indians offense got together a lot better after that pick six, but still find themselves trailing by 24 points at the half, 45-21. Should be starting the third quarter here any moment. You see the Wayne Pioneers out there ready with their kickoff team to send it away to Sissonville. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us this evening on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Don't forget, we'll have comprehensive coverage of games from around the state as our HD Media sports writers get you all the recaps from across the final week of the regular season. Teams in several classifications trying to make a playoff push tonight to get into the playoffs or to improve their seeding in the playoffs. And the team we're looking at tonight trying to improve their playoff seeding is the Wayne Pioneers, coming in 10th in Class AA. Looking to carry some momentum into the playoffs next week. They can continue to hold on to this lead and pull out the victory. Would give them 2 in a row. Be their first winning streak since they started out the year 3-0. Michael Spencer on the return. A decent return here for the big man as he broke out of numerous tackles. Is finally brought down just across the 30-yard line. And that is where the Indians will send the offense out. And I think Spencer a little winded there potentially after rumbling with the football for so long. They are going to send the training staff out to come see to him. And while they see to him, we'll step aside for a short break and be right back after this on High School Game Day.
Hi, I'm Xavier Bosley, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home, you can catch me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar Stores. Download the Par-Mar Stores app and sign up for our rewards cards for even more savings. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. From gas to groceries, you'll find what you need at Par-Mar Stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Sissonville begins
back here at Wayne High School. Pioneers get the football back. Or excuse me, Pioneers just kicked off. After had a stoppage in play there for a moment while the injured player Michael Spencer was able to make his way over to the far side of the field. So 1st and 10 for the Indians, down by 24. First pass is a curl route there, looking for John Wheeler, and that goes right through his hands. And Indians fortunate that wasn't picked off. There was nobody in the vicinity there to grab that for the Pioneers.
I'll completed one of his last 5 pass attempts in this one.
2nd and 10 from the 33 for Sissonville. Trying to get back in this one. The offense got moving, but the defense just couldn't stop the Wayne Pioneer offensive attack. Handoff from Stone there, keeping the pile moving. Going to get up near the 40.
Stone, the ball carrier.
Depends on where they spot him officially with his forward progress.
3rd down. 3 yards to go.
3rd down play on the way for the Indians. Regardless of where they spot it, they will give him the 40. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. Need to get up to the 43-yard line to keep this drive alive for Sissonville.
We see in this type of situation, they've gotten a ball a couple times. He's paid off more often than not.
Mailong in the shotgun with Stone to his left. Sends Wheeler in motion and then sends him back. And before he can get sent back going the other way, play is blown dead. See what the ruling on this is. It's either a false start or an offside. Going to be a false start on the Indians, so back them up 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 8, so not quite as manageable here on this 3rd down play now after the 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, it is 3rd down. 8 yards to go.
Baylog runs back over, gets the play call from the sideline, and comes back to the huddle now. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us here for the final week of the regular season of high school football in West Virginia. Thanks for watching us on HD Media's High School Game Day. Pass is intercepted. Staley picks it again. Is he going to be able to get to the end zone once more? Dancing around, still on his feet at the 20.
Oh, wow.
Cutting back to the 15. Still is finally brought down. by John Wheeler, but Staley with his second interception of the game. He thought he had a reservation for 6 for what would be the 5th time tonight.
And man, he was trying every trick in the book to try to get free and get across that formation. Last Sissonville defender was able to get there to him in time, and man.
1st and 10 for the Pioneers now after the 3rd interception of the game from Maddox Baylog, the sophomore quarterback for Sissonville. And turnovers has been a problem for him this year. Came in 13 touchdowns to 13 interceptions on the season as Fry keeps it himself on the quarterback counter and gets into a defender just before the goal line, but bounces off and rolls into the end zone for the score. Fry's second rushing touchdown of the night, and the Pioneers push the lead out to 30 now. 10:36 to go in the third. And a PAT try on the way, trying to make it 31. Kick is up, and it is good. 52-21. Pioneers with the lead. The Wagons are starting to circle up here out Wayne. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day. (52-21). Wayne with the lead after a 14-yard touchdown run from Fisher Fry, his 3rd total touchdown of the night. Has 2 on the ground now and has that 1 in the air that happened at the end of the first half, a 55-yard touchdown pass to Ronnie Staley, who had the interception that set up the touchdown there for Fry. On the return this time, it is Deacon Moore, and Moore is going to be bottled up and forced out of bounds near the 25. Moore does have a touchdown on the night. Got that on the defensive side of the ball, a 68-yard fumble recovery. We're going to spot him back at the 23 on that return.
And after getting set up with decent field position, most of these drives pretty set back. I'll start this one.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Down by 31 points. A roll Baylog to the left, throw back across the middle. It's off of Wheeler's hands, and fortunate again that wasn't intercepted. Again, he's already thrown 3 picks tonight. Has thrown another nearly 2 or 3 more outside of those 3. He is just a sophomore.
And on something like that, that wasn't necessarily all his fault either. The receiver had a very good chance on, just could not pull it in and kind of pitched it forward.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line. Handoff goes to Stone, and Stone is met in the backfield.
Stone, the ball carrier.
They get back to him in a hurry. Number 54, Braden Bloss on the stop. That'll be a loss back inside the 20-yard line. 3-yard loss will bring up 3rd and 13 for the Indians offense. And look, this is kind of the situation that Sissonville's been in a lot this season, where they have a really good first half, have a competitive first half for their team, and then the second half they just kind of run out of gas for the most part against some of these teams.
And that'll really be the focus of this offseason going forward, is trying to figure out how to put this together. Like we said, they're a team that plays well and has pieces to succeed, but as we see now, they don't look bad, but you look up and they're down by 31.
On the stop of the Pioneers.
Sack there for the Pioneer defense, a loss of 3. will force the punt team out for Sissonville. And it'll be Ronnie Staley back to return for the Pioneers. Punt off cleanly. Be a short kick, though. Well short of Staley. About 15 yards short.
And then it just...
He didn't even move.
Then it just stopped right there.
It just dies right at the 44-yard line. So not a great punt there at all. The Pioneers will send the offense back out on the field, trying to add to their lead here on just their second offensive possession of the second half. I'd imagine here that the Pioneers are going to start potentially trying to work in some other players, at least if not now, here momentarily in the next couple of possessions, especially if Wayne were to score here and extend that lead out. Handoff goes to the second man through, and a good carry there on 1st and 10.
Number 6, Dante Worrell.
Dante Worrell will bring it about 2 yards shy of the first down. Go down to the 36. Bring up 2nd and 2 after an 8-yard pickup.
Game 8. 2nd and 2.
Fry turns, hands to Worrell again off the right side. Worrell will cut back toward the middle, and he'll have a first down pickup here for the Pioneers. A little more than 8 minutes to go. He'll get inside the 30, down to the 28.
Game 7, first down Pioneers.
Needed 2, picks up 7, and the sticks move and reset over on the far side of the field. Those are the first carries for Worrell, really, of this game as well. Most of those carries either by Fisher Fry or Jaden Wayman or Ronnie Staley. As short carry here for Wayman.
Michael Spencer on the stop.
Pick up 2 yards there after Spencer, the junior defensive tackle, is able to bring him down. Spencer got a little shaken up a little bit ago after a kickoff return. Had a couple of short kickoff returns tonight. 2nd and 8. Handoff goes to Worrell. Worrell cuts back inside again after coming off the right side. Drops a shoulder. Drops a couple of defenders after that shoulder. And he is going to be brought down inside the 15. Good run there by the Pioneers. Clock stays moving. Just more than 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Spot him at the, is that the 13?
Yeah, somewhere right in there.
And these lines a little hard to read here. Even our hometown PA guys, Ryan Epling, has some problems reading the lines out here on the field. So bear with us. Handoff goes to Worrell. Worrell loses the football. Ball's on the ground, and I believe the Pioneers have gotten back to it.
Worrell, the ball carrier. Fumble on the play.
And I'm fairly certain the Pioneers were able to jump back on top of that ball. Yes, they were. They're in the pile for the Indians. Braxton Finnegan, defensive tackle, helping make that stop. 2nd and a long 6, call it 7 for the Pioneer offense. About halfway through this third quarter. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us this evening on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Worrell comes off the right side, and he'll be brought down shy of the goal line. It is enough for a first down for the Pioneers. Set up 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Going to try to punch it in here and add to their lead. Up 31 right now.
The fantastic job just picking his way through, taking advantage of every block and getting every yard he can, and with these opportunities being given because his team is succeeding so well here on senior night.
Handoff goes to Worrell.
Worrell is in.
Going to turn and spin his way into the end zone as he was grabbed around the ankles, but well too late there to prevent him from getting in. 5:29 to go in the third quarter. Worrell gets in from 1 yard out.
Line up for the standard 1 point here.
The fourth different Pioneer to score this evening. Point after try is up, and it is good. 59-21. Pioneers with the lead. 5:29 to go in the third. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Back here at Wayne High School, Wayne County, West Virginia. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you along with us this evening. Don't forget that Mountaineer football in Cincinnati this weekend will take on the Bearcats. Mountaineers trying to get above 500 on the season and improve to 5-4 on the year. Noon kickoff tomorrow on Fox Sports 1. The Touchdown City guys will get you ready for that matchup. Listen in as Avon Coburn, Anthony Lewis, Derek Bailey, and Matt Durrett recap the game from 2 weeks ago. Put any finishing touches on that matchup with the Arizona Wildcats. Mountaineers coming off the bye week last week before they take on the Bearcats this week. We have a flag on the return here.
Yeah, a little bit of too much action off the field after that play got ran out of bounds. So looks like Sissonville's going to get a little bit of extra yardage.
Personal foul against the Pioneers.
15-yard penalty from the end of the return.
So, yeah, Sissonville going to get great field position here as that personal foul came near midfield.
It pushed them well into Pioneers territory, down almost to the 30.
Yeah, down to the 32. So they threw it at the 48 of the Pioneers. Now 1st and 10 from the 47. Now 1st and 10 from the 32. Handoff goes to Stone. Stone up the middle has a short gain.
24, Tyson Stone, the ball carrier.
Down inside the 30. Give him 3, maybe 4 yards, depending again on that spot. Well, they're going to give him 2 extra yards after that. I mean, he walked back 2 yards.
2nd and 6.
Second and 6 for the Indians. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Maylog in the shotgun, going to drop back and throw to the near side. Pass is caught out in the flat by Wheeler, and Wheeler going to turn his wheels on and be forced out of bounds at the 15. 13-yard pickup there for the Indians. Chains will reset over on the far side, and the clock continues to move. You mentioned that Mountaineer basketball game or Mountaineer football game tomorrow at noon. Mountaineer basketball playing right now against UMass. Mountaineers currently lead with about 3.5 minutes to go, 65-56 in that one there in Morgantown. Pass is thrown and caught for a touchdown by the Indians. Brody Scott going to haul it in for a 15-yard touchdown pass.
Scott's 3rd touchdown on the day and put him up near 100 yards receiving now, too.
3:52 to go in the third. Indians going to keep the offense out and go for 2. Try to make it An even 30-point deficit if they can get it. Baylog under heavy pressure, and he's brought down for a sack.
With 3:52 remaining in the third quarter, Wayne 59, Sissonville 27.
And that'll keep the score at 59-27 with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
When working traffic across West Virginia, dealing with deaths and injuries is the toughest part of the job.
Around here, we're experts at survival, so you know the importance of buckling up.
Mountaineers are always free, but we're not free from consequences. Crashes can happen anywhere.
When you don't buckle up, you increase your risk of dying in a crash.
If writing a ticket can prevent tragedies like the ones I've seen, I'll do it.
Why? Because it saves lives. Always buckle up.
A message from the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Don't forget, you can get comprehensive coverage of this game and many others across the state by picking up a copy of the weekend edition of the Charleston Gazette-Mail tomorrow, or subscribe today to our digital edition at a special rate of 6 months for just $1 by going to the Gazette-Mail homepage. And don't forget that, again, we'll have high school football playoff action for you starting next week. First round of the playoffs gets underway in this new 4A classification system. That means, again, 16 more teams make the playoffs this year, 8 more first-round playoff games, and we'll have 4 state championships in Charleston in a couple of weeks. West Virginia Metro News, unfortunately, will have coverage of that for us, but great to see the state championships return to Charleston after a long time up there in Wheeling at Wheeling Island Stadium. Kickoff going to go out of bounds for an illegal procedure. And a flag comes in late. And another one comes out. I believe they're...
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
I don't know if that's for posterity's sake or what, but... I think they're going to get a late hit out of bounds on
Yeah, I think that's what it ends up being.
So we'll see what the ruling is here. They're having some discussion there.
They're not really too sure, it seems. A lot of pointing going on.
Yeah, I think it depends on what happens with the personal foul, late hit out of bounds, is a matter of when and where it occurred. So there's the illegal procedure on Sissonville. That'll spot it at the 35 from there. And then the personal foul, dead ball against the Pioneers. It'll back them 15 yards from the 35. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. So 3:52 to go, third quarter. Pioneers looking to extend their lead back out once more. Up 32 right now. Man in motion, handoff goes to Wayman. Wayman with a spin move there, still on his feet. He is finally brought down across the 35-yard line. Going to be just shy of the 40, an 18-yard pickup, though, for the Pioneer offense. Wyatt Brown in at quarterback now for the Pioneer offense. And ball's on the ground, and the Indians are going to recover it. There's going to be Nate Young jumping on top of the football there, and sometimes that's what happens when you bring in the backups.
One hand we even saw earlier in this game where the veteran was having some issues with the precision on those handoffs back there. So we see the guy come in who doesn't have quite as much experience with it, and put that there on the turf and gives Sissonville a chance to drive down the field again with another short field in front of them. Taking over the 37.
Two receivers to each side of the formation for the Indians. Baylock going to drop back to throw, rolling out to his left under some pressure. Going to step up and take off. And he is going to step out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. But a 4-yard gain will set up second and 6.
Second and 6.
Sissonville not showing any signs of hurry despite being down 32 points. With 1 1/4 periods remaining. Baylock drops back to throw, throws across the middle, pass is incomplete. Trying to find Scott, and there is an injured Wayne player after that.
Looks like he took a little bit of some friendly fire there as defenders converged on the receiver. He's going to head over and make sure get checked out real quick.
6 yards to go.
Yeah, he's going to run off and make sure he's all right. So that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Indians after the incompletion. And Baylog rolling out.
Baylog's pass ball is
throwing
incomplete.
For Scott. That is incomplete. Incompletion will bring up 4th and 6 for the Indians. Not quite sure who number 22 is there running off your screen. He replaced Kyson Stone there for a minute. You can see a little hobbled there as he makes his way to the left of Baylog in the shotgun. Trips to the top of the formation. Baylog drops back to throw. Rolling to his left. Now just has to heave it down the field, and that is going to be tipped by Staley well out of bounds. Incompletion, though, will result in a turnover on downs and give the ball back to the Pioneer offense. So after getting great field position, the Indians are unable to do anything with it, and now turn it back over on downs. That's their second turnover on downs tonight.
Hey, great job there.
First one. First 4th down was an interception, right?
Yes. And, great job here by that defense that, presumably has a couple guys who've rotated in just as like they've done on the offensive side, too, to get that 4 and out. Really have a confidence builder there.
Handoff goes up the middle to the fullback, and he's got plenty of space. Wayman all the way down to the 30, finally dragged down out of bounds near the 20, and we've got a flag coming down late.
Penalty marker at the end of the run.
Jaden Wayman with a monster run there on 1st down for the Pioneers. Then you're going to tack the penalty on at the end of it.
Personal foul, horse collar. The call.
Horse collar, tack it on to the end of that long run from Jaden Wayman. We're going to take it all the way down inside the 15, just outside the 10 to the 11-yard line. So make things worse for the Indians after giving up that long run. That 15-yard penalty puts them just outside the goal line area. So the Pioneers can still get a 1st down before getting into the end zone here. With some backups in the game now. It'll be a keeper for Brown. Brown is going to be brought down shy of the goal line. Does have a nice pickup there on 1st down. Get down to the 6-yard line. Give him 5. Be 2nd and 5 for this Wayne offense. Fisher Fry really the only substitute in the skill positions right now for the Pioneers. Brown going to keep it himself on the same play, trying to get in the end zone this time, and he's going to be about a yard shy.
He did get enough to give him the first down.
Should set up 1st and goal. Yeah, they are going to lay the sticks down on the far side. 1st and goal after a 5-yard run.
1st and goal. Pioneers at the 1.
E-step to the top of the formation. An H-back set to the left side with Staley a wing back right. Brown going to keep it himself. 3rd play in a row. They run the same quarterback counter, and Brown gets in.
Well,
he is now the 5th different Pioneer to score tonight.
They're really spinning it around here on senior night as they try to, make their case to host a playoff game here next week, and that counter's working every time here for a couple yards. Might as well try it a 3rd time in range, scoring position, punched it in there. The end zone looks like they're getting ready to try to go for 2.
They're going to try to go for 2 here as Brown runs back over from the near sideline to run the play call in.
Trying to make it even 40.
As a math guy, I appreciate even number like that to do math with, as Brown will get into the goal line and cross the plane, make it a 40-point lead, 67-27. Pioneers with the lead, 1:04 to go. We'll step aside for a break and then be back with more 3rd quarter action right after this on High School Game Day.
It's that time of year again when things start to cool down. But here at Yes 70 and Yes Ford, the dealers are eating up. I'm Keith Powell, and I want to help you lower your current monthly payment, have a down payment that's just $99, and get a lifetime warranty with fast and easy credit approval. That's right. Don't freeze up over huge down payments. You can ride away for just $99 today. Get pre-approved at KeithSaysYes.com. Only at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
A little more than a minute away from starting the 4th quarter between Sissonville and Wayne. Pioneers lead now 67-27 over the Indians. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us in this final week of the regular season. Playoffs start up next week. Actually going to have some fall sports state champions crowned this weekend. Boys and girls soccer state championships going on down in Beckley. Charleston Catholic boys and girls both making it to the state championship game. I believe Hurricane boys soccer making it, as well as GW girls soccer from our area making it to the state championship. Congratulations to them.
Number 5.
As Nate Young has a
Young
short return.
Yeah,
like we lost some yards there in the going backward for a second.
Yeah, like we said, one of the main drivers of this offense, shifty fellow, just could not quite make much out of that one.
When we get to the 4th quarter, I can say that we will have a running clock for that 12 minutes. As we're within the 35-point threshold for that. Didn't make it to the 42-point 3rd quarter threshold. But the Pioneers have been in pretty well good control of this one from the beginning. Handoff will go up the middle, and a short gain up to the 20 by Stone. Bring up 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain. Indians will get at least one more playoff before the end of the quarter. See, there's about an 8-second differential between play clock and game clock. Depending on how quickly they move, they could get another playoff, but I think this one might be the final play of the quarter here. Snap comes back quickly, or a lot quicker than Baylog was expecting it to, and a flag comes in the process. False start on the Indians offense, and 2nd and 12. Clock will start moving again after they reset the ball. So they don't technically have to snap it here if they don't want to before the end of the quarter. But they are going to go ahead and do it with about 9 seconds. Baylor going to roll out to his right, throwing down the field, and he was looking for Scott, who's been his favorite target all night. But that pass is incomplete.
3rd and 12.
It'll actually stop the clock, still inside the third quarter with less than 2 seconds to go. So Indians going to draw up a 3rd and 12 play to end the quarter here. 2 receivers each side of the formation. Baylog with Stone to his left. Baylog throwing across the middle, and that pass is well high for John Wheeler. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 4th and 12 coming up for Sissonville when we come back to start the fourth. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
West Virginia's only Acura dealer, Lester Raines Acura. Keeping it simple, saving you money. Lester Raines Honda. Consider Lester Raines Mazda for your next vehicle purchase.
Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Media Center crew, happy to have you with us in this final week of the regular season for high school football in West Virginia. As we get ready for the playoffs next week. Pioneers punching their ticket for sure to the playoffs, but again, still hoping for a outside chance at hosting a playoff game. Again, would have to get some help in addition to this win. And it'll be a return here for the Pioneers on the kickoff or on the punt return. A decent return there for Wayman as he'll get up near the 30-yard line. It's about a 20-some yard punt, about a 10, 11-yard return.
29-yard punt. 15-yard return.
We'll spot him at the 30-yard line. Wayman making his way over to the sideline. It looks like now we might have all backups in for the Pioneers. And we're officially going to have to go to the roster here. And I may not even have some of these players on my roster. So bear with us if we misidentify someone. Handoff went up the middle to the fullback.
The ball carrier.
And we're getting guys in and out. Might as well try to get as many guys some experience as you can. You got pretty much this whole fourth quarter on this running clock to try to get guys some experience and get them in the game and get them that feel of that last regular game of the season.
Yeah, getting a chance to get in some of these backups, an opportunity to run the football, take those snaps, get them some minutes before the playoffs. That can be huge for you as you make that playoff run.
You know what we've mentioned a couple of times, that there's a well choreographed handoffs can be a little dicey sometimes. So as many live action handoffs like that you can get in, even if it's backup guys, every time is going to be a building block for when those guys might become the starters here a year or 2 or 3.
Reading low the ball carrier that time. 5-yard pickup. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Pioneers here. Best offensive showing of the season coming tonight. Ball on the ground. Wheeler going to pick it up for the Indians, and it's going to go the other way. Hasn't been the cleanest necessarily of games, Will, for the Pioneers, but they are going to be able to win this one pretty handily as the clock will continue to roll here in just they should be continuing to roll.
No, I mean, I believe that's the 4th or 5th time they put it on the ground.
They
And
have turned it over twice with that fumble.
several other times they were able to recover it themselves. So, not what you want to see in your last game before the playoffs necessarily. It's definitely something you want to maybe get some extra practice on and emphasis on, is because that those handoffs are the foundation of your offense more or less. You got to make sure that they don't become a liability, especially if it was to get colder or wet or something for your game.
Baylog under some pressure, rolling to his left, and he's just going to have to eat the sack there. He actually will gain some yard. Will gain a yard. And that, no more. Ashton Walker on the stop for Wayne. And a reminder, will potentially be at George Washington next week. Depends on if the Patriots are able to win tonight against Woodrow Wilson and get into the top 8 to host. If not, then High School Game Day will be out at Herbert Hoover with the Huskies' first-round playoff matchup. And from there, you'll just have to stay tuned because it'll all depend on how those first-round games play out, who's playing where and when, and if we can get a crew out there to have signal is the big thing. It's having internet out in some of these places. So be sure to tune in to the HD Media websites, West Virginia WV Gazette Mail and HeraldDispatch.com, as well as their social media pages to find out where we'll be after next week, and even find out where we'll be next week, because again, we don't know where we'll be exactly next week just yet. It's kind of the beauty of the playoffs. We get a little taste of where we could be throughout the season, and then coming in the year, it depends on how things all shake out. Baylog makes a throw out to the far side. Nate Young will come up about a yard shy of the first down. We'll bring up 3rd down for the Indians offense.
Gain of 8, 4th and 1.
This is our second trip to Wayne this year. Got to see him pick up win number 2 of their season back in week number 2, their home opener against the Scott Skyhawks. Actually saw Scott last week as well, Will, as they fell in that game.
Baylog, the ball carrier.
Baylog with a first down carry.
And like we said, this will likely go down as Sissonville's 20th straight loss. That's 2 full seasons. But like I said, there's positives. We talk about Baylog. Maybe his decision making needs to improve, but only a sophomore. If he comes back and keeps on his trajectory, there's definitely there's something there to work with. Sissonville, a team that really wants to throw the ball, and you got to have the quarterback to do that. Baylog seems like he's got the chops to do it. Just needs some more experience and maybe be a little more careful with it.
Yeah, very youthful backfield with Baylog, a sophomore. Stone, who gets the ball there as the running back, carries it for a yard. He's just a freshman. Then you add in a sophomore, Noah Evans. You do lose John Wheeler and Nate Young, 2 seniors in this receiving corps, but Deacon Moore, just a freshman. Brody Scott, a junior. He'll be a senior next year. Trent McCoy, who had a reception earlier tonight, he's just a junior. So there are some pieces for this Sissonville team. And the big question will be is, can Jeremy Harrison keep them all together in this new age of transfer portal, as Baylog airs it out deep down the far side of the field, trying to find Brody Scott. That'll fall incomplete. But again, clock continues to run. 4:45 to go on that moving clock in the 4th quarter, as Wayne continues to rotate in some reserves off their sideline to get some guys some playing time. Well-deserved playing time. Those guys that are out there now are the guys that help set the look for those starters on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball each week. So they're getting their reward now with some playing time here in the fourth quarter in a blowout. And Scott going to catch it on a slant route, and he's going to take it all the way to the house.
Nice Baylog's pass completed.
That'll be a 62-yard touchdown pass for the Indians.
And that can also happen when you just start kind of getting these guys in here. Your cornerback isn't necessarily up to taking on their number one receiver, and he takes full advantage of it. Big stat sheet stuffing play there to take it down there 62 yards.
It's his fourth touchdown of the night. He has a 3-yard catch, a 4-yard catch, a 15-yard catch, and now a 62-yard touchdown catch. Unfortunately, it's not enough. It's not a Jamar. It's kind of like Jamar Chase's stat line from last night, except not quite in terms of yardage in that game against the Ravens last night. But he did have 4 touchdowns, much like Brody Scott does tonight. And this one is going to come in a losing effort, but not quite a 1-point defeat like the Bengals had last night. Point after try from Baylog is good. That'll make it 67-34. But again, not a lot of people like moral victories, but, I mean, Sissonville will take some moral victories at this point in time. Again, they're trying to build some things for the future, and getting some plays like that can kind of help you get at least something on film where you can see things and show guys, okay, here's what we did well. See, this is how they lined up here. This is where we excelled. We get a touchdown. Boom, there we go. Now look at this play where we threw the ball in a spot where we didn't want to throw the ball, and look what happened. We threw an interception. So it's some teachable moments for, again, we talk about how young this team is for Sissonville, and Baylog's going to make mistakes. I mean, I don't think anybody expected him to be perfect as a sophomore. He's got some room to grow still for another 2 years. And again, the Sissonville offense, outside of that one scoop and score off the fumble recovery for a touchdown, has gotten 4 offensive touchdowns, again, all through the air from the arm of Baylog. It's just that he's thrown a couple of interceptions and some spots that he'd like to have back. 3 interceptions tonight, a turnover on downs. So you clean up some of those, clean up some of these penalties, and this is, some potential ahead for Sissonville. And it's you might think I'm crazy saying that for a team that's about to go 0-20 over the last 2 years, but again, when you get a chance to build the program, you're going to have some lumps along the way. It's never going to be perfect. Some people make it look easy, but making it look easy is totally different from it actually being easy.
Yeah, here another one of the teams wants to look like they may have recovered that onside kick. Didn't see a signal. Maybe they did.
The Pioneers do recover it. And
but that was honestly a pretty good looking onside kick.
You got nothing else to lose at that point. I mean, your season's over, so why not try to catch them off surprise a little bit and try to steal another possession here at the end of the game? It didn't work out in their favor, but again, you gotta at least try. So great game situational thing there as well to be able to look back at on film a little later.
Might get another playoff here.
They're going to have to snap the ball unless they take the penalty. But Wayne going to close this one out. 67-34 unless they somehow punch one more in here at the end of this.
Well, they might.
And they're going to try. Long run over to the sideline is going to be forced out of bounds around the 30. Eli Haffer on that carry. That will be the final play of the game. I was going to say they're not even going to spot the ball, and they are not going to spot the ball. Pioneers going to come away with a 67-34 win on senior night. Pioneers improved to 6-4 on the season. Indians going to drop, stay winless on the year, and finish 0-10, 0-20 over the last 2 years. But again, some positive things ahead, I think, for the Sissonville program. If the players stay with it, Coach Harrison can continue to build this program and add in some guys from there at Sissonville Middle School as they come up into the high school program next year. This is a team that has some potential. We got to see Sissonville a couple of times last year, and you and I said the same thing, that despite the way that things looked on the score sheets, that there is some potential for success with this Sissonville team. And so, again, a tough loss for them in this one tonight, but they'll try to bounce back as they get back into things next season. The Wayne Pioneers, though, come away with that big victory tonight, 67-34. They're on to the first round of the playoffs. Question is does some things happen in their favor to get them up into a top 8 seed so they can play host to a first-round playoff game instead of heading on the road? That'll be the big question over the next day or so. They'll officially set all the ratings tomorrow, and then the times, dates, and all of that, locations will be set on Sunday in Parkersburg. The brackets will officially come out tomorrow, or at least the matchups will come out tomorrow, and then we'll find out time, days, and locations on Sunday when they have that meeting up there in Parkersburg. But, another great regular season of football for us here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media, as we get ready for the playoffs as well, much like these teams all across the state of West Virginia.
Yep, we'll find out here soon.
That'll do it for us here from Wayne County. Pioneers with the win, 67-34. They head on to the playoffs next week. Sissonville heads back home to get ready for 2025. We'll see you next week, potentially for some playoff football. Will and I may or may not be on the call for the game. Depends on what happens with the Patriots of George Washington tonight and where they get seated in the Quad A playoffs. So that'll all depend on that. But we will for sure have the Herbert Hoover first-round game for you next week there at Husky Stadium. So thanks for watching for our game tonight and all season long if we don't see you next week through the playoffs. Thank you for joining us each and every week of this 11-week high school football season. Big thank you to our crew all year long. Dan Shreve, our producer-director extraordinaire. Ethan Young filling in a couple times at various spots for us. We also had Haley Hunter on camera a couple times for us as well. And, again, Dan Shreve, our producer-director extraordinaire, also ran camera a couple times. Do everything for us. Can't appreciate them enough. My color guy, Will Vance. Hopefully we get another game next week. If not, thanks for watching us all season long. Have a great rest of your Friday night. And again, check out HD Media's social media and website for playoff action next week's schedule. So have a great Friday night, and we'll see you next time.
West Virginia's only Acura dealer, Lester Raines Acura. Keeping it simple, saving you money. Lester Raines Honda. Consider Lester Raines Mazda for your next vehicle purchase.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a friend of coal? Throughout history, coal has been a major driver behind West Virginia's economy. Billions of dollars of recent investment will ensure similar benefits continue for generations to come. And now we need your help. We invite you to join us as a friend of coal and let your voice be heard. Take an active role in standing up for miners, their families, and the benefits coal provides us all. To join and learn more, visit friendsofcoal.org. Then you, like me, can proudly say, I'm a friend of coal. A message from the Friends of Coal.
Spent so much time creating nightmares that it was getting a little lonely, and I decided to turn myself around. Started working out, eating right. Turns out, it's low on magnesium, and it's crazy what therapy can do to help somebody. So now, it's all about giving everybody dream deals. So I send everyone to Dutch Miller.
For limited time, get a 2025 K5 starting at $289 a month, or a 2025 K4 starting at just $229 a month.
I finally found myself. Ow!